Well, a big storm system is developing in the central U.S. It's going to bring snow and wind to the northern plains and lots of rain for parts of the central and eastern U.S. as we head into the weekend and early next week. So we've got two main components of this large developing storm system. The southerly component is going to be the big development that'll produce a lot of rain for the East Coast. But on the northern end, this Clipper system is bringing an broad area of snow and rain that will turn to all snow and bring with it a lot of wind. And combined, those two forces kind of sucking in the cold air from the north. So after a mild few days, we're going to actually see some cooler weather for a change, closer to normal. Winter weather advisories for the northern plains, most of North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, eastern Montana, where they're going to see several inches of snow, but also wind that will reduce the visibilities, of course, in these open areas. So moderate impacts of winter weather for most of North and South Dakota, also into northwestern Minnesota. And as I mentioned, colder air getting drawn into the wake of these systems, but the real cold stuff stays mostly to the north, but it is going to be a little bit more of a winter reality check, closer towards normal temperatures for the northern U.S., but actually below normal temperatures in the south and east, because that air relative to normal for the south is actually below normal, but it's air that we should be seeing in the northern U.S. So broad area of snow across the Dakotas into Minnesota, and then that huge area of rain all up and down the east coast from Florida to Maine is going to see lots of rain, snow in the higher elevations as you head into parts of Maine and New England. But yeah, we're talking several inches of snow. Some of the models hinting at some half-foot amounts in North Dakota and even northwestern Minnesota, so I wouldn't rule that out. And then lighter amounts as you head towards the Twin Cities, Duluth, into western Wisconsin, mostly half-inch, isolated 2-inch amounts in some spots. And then the snow will continue into the UP of Michigan with some lake enhancement. So you have that synoptic or weather system produced snowfall, but then the lake also giving it a boost as some of that colder air moves in as well. And we're going to have that wind reducing visibilities. We're talking winds that are going to be sustained at 30, 40 miles an hour in the Dakotas with higher wind gusts. In fact, 50 to 60 mile an hour wind gusts possible in the Dakotas. Lesser wind gusts as you head into Minnesota, Iowa, Nebraska, but still enough to whip around snow and rain. It'll be mostly rain further south, but yeah, reduced visibilities in some of those open areas if you do plan on traveling 94 into western Minnesota or the Dakotas. And then we're talking about the slight chance of some excessive rainfall Saturday into Sunday, especially up and down the whole East Coast, as I mentioned, is in for quite a soaking of precipitation. We're talking about several inches of rainfall in total as the weekend progresses. So that will start into Missouri, Wisconsin, Illinois getting some rain, but the big rain is going to be on the East Coast, everywhere basically east of the Appalachians. We're talking 3, 4, even 5 inches of rainfall into Tuesday. So lots of moisture. This isn't quite a wintry system just yet for the East Coast, but that winter weather will be with us in parts of the northern plains. Looks like back to mild temperatures, though, again for the central U.S. later next week.